Hey there, food lovers. Welcome to our cozy kitchen corner of homemade goodness. Today we're making one of my all-time favorite comfort foods, Polish pierogi stuffed with creamy potato and cheese. Whether you're keeping it traditional or adding your own twist, grab your apron and let's get cooking. All right, I've got things started with some good quality salt and a couple of eggs. Pierogi are beloved dumplings that go back to medieval Eastern Europe. Today we're doing the classic Polish version, potato, cheese, sour cream, and a little bit of onion. Perfect for holidays or just cozy comfort food dinners. Okay, now that the wet ingredients are mixed well, we're going to add the dry ingredients and stir until a shaggy dough forms. Sometimes we add wet ingredients to the dry ingredients by forming a well in the center of the dry. That can help achieve a desired texture or distribute the ingredients more evenly, but it's not a hard and fast rule for this recipe. It's okay to add a little more water or a little more flour. Higher humidity and the weight of the flour can actually affect your dough. Okay, now that stirring the dough has become too difficult with a spoon, we're going to dump this on our work surface and get kneading. Once the dough is smooth and elastic, we're going to let it rest under a cloth for 30 to 60 minutes. That makes the dough softer and easier to roll. Okay, the dough has rested. Now it's time to roll and shape. We're going to roll this dough to about 1/8 of an inch, 2 to 3 millimeters, dusting flour on the work surface first. We're going to cut it into rounds approximately 3 inches or 7 to 8 centimeters with a glass, a lid, or a cookie cutter. You will want your dough slightly thinner than mine. I have arthritis flaring in my index fingers, so rolling dough is a bit tricky for me right now. I'm adding my dough rounds to a slightly floured container so they don't stick while I make my pierogi filling. Okay, now it's time to prepare the filling. Boil potatoes until tender in salted water, drain and mash. A ricer will give a fluffier texture, but a masher also works. All right, once your mashed potatoes are ready, you're going to stir in your cheese, salt, and pepper. You're going to allow this mixture to fully cool. Hot filling can tear the dough. I added somewhere between a 1/2 cup and 3/4 cup of cheddar cheese. Okay, now it's time to assemble our pierogi. Now we're going to spoon approximately 1 tablespoon of the filling into each dough round, then fold into a half moon. Seal the edges by pinching or using a fork. If needed, you can brush the edge with water for a better seal. Place the pierogi on a floured tray or rack and continue until finished. Some of the best pierogi toppings are sour cream, sauerkraut, butter, caramelized onion, green onion or chives, kielbasa or coiled garlic sausage, farmer's sausage, or chopped bacon. I'll be sure to include that list in my video description along with the recipes. If you're enjoying the recipe so far, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps us out. And if you want to see more delicious dishes and kitchen tips, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We're just getting started, and your support means the world. Okay, I'm all done, and I'm going to use the extra potato filling to make some potato patties by adding a little more flour. They freeze really well and taste so delicious. All right, now it's time to cook the pierogi. Bring salted water to a boil. Drop the pierogi in batches, stirring gently. When they float, cook 1 to 3 more minutes. Use a slotted spoon to remove them. I've read that sometimes people have trouble with their dough being too tough. One way to ensure the pierogies taste great is to boil them first, then fry. Otherwise, make sure you used all the listed ingredients and let the dough rest as directed. Just keep practicing. It should only take a couple tries to get it right. These homemade potato cheddar pierogi are little pillows of comfort. The dough is tender yet slightly chewy, boiled just enough to become silky and soft. After boiling, they're pan-fried in butter until golden and crisp on the outside, developing a delicate crust while staying warm and creamy inside. The filling is a rich blend of mashed potatoes and slightly sharp cheddar cheese, smooth and savory with just the right amount of tang. As the cheese melts inside, it melds into the potatoes for a gooey, satisfying bite. These pierogi are best fresh, but you can also freeze them. Just blanch them briefly, cool in a single layer, freeze, and then cook straight from frozen. I like to top my pierogi with a generous dollop of cool, tangy sour cream. The pierogi are finished with a touch of brightness that balances their buttery richness, and a sprinkle of chives or caramelized onions adds an extra savory pop of flavor. I often enjoy my pierogis with some bacon bits or coiled garlic sausage or my new favorite, farmer sausage. And even as a child, I loved sauerkraut. The fermented tanginess pairs so well with the savory pierogi flavors. Pierogi are incredibly versatile and can be topped in sweet or savory ways depending on the filling. Thanks for joining me today. I really hope you enjoy this recipe as much as I do.